Hi everyone, so today I am here with a type of video that I have never done before, but I want to kind of start not necessarily a series, but just a bunch of videos that are very similar to this, and I hope you guys like it. So it's basically going to be like a let's talk kind of series where I can just sit down and like talk to you guys, not really show you anything, talk about like makeup or planner stuff or Avery or anything else in my channel. The eclectic channel that I have really pertains to, but basically just kind of like topics that I feel like are hot topics, things that not necessarily are controversial, but things that people have kind of stronger opinions about, and I just wanted to share my opinion with you guys. And I kind of want these to be more of like geared towards both me, like I'll give you my opinion, but I also want you guys to give me your opinions in the comments below because I'd like to know what you guys think as well. But this is going to be kind of like an unfiltered, uncensored, maybe, kind of video. So I wanted to talk about something that I have seen a few videos about recently, and I've also been seeing a lot more recently in the YouTube community, and that is sponsorships. I have seen a couple of videos where people are talking about their thoughts and their opinions on sponsorships, and I've also seen a bunch of videos from people that are sponsorships as well as from me. And I just wanted to give you guys like my opinion on it, and at the end feel free to leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think about YouTube sponsorships. I'd love to know, but I wrote a list so I don't go off on like a tangent because that is the type of person I am. I like to ramble. Okay, so to get started about YouTube sponsorships, when I first started YouTube, which was in January of 2011, so almost 5 years ago, I started YouTube, about 4.5 years ago, there really wasn't that many sponsorships on YouTube. I don't even think like the partner program was like, it was like a big thing, but it wasn't like a crazy thing yet. Like getting your videos monetized was like starting to really like become a thing, but it didn't even occur to me when I first started YouTube that you could get paid to make videos. I literally just did it when I was a sophomore in high school because I was like, you know what, this is fun. I like watching other people, let me do it. But sponsorships weren't really around. And I remember when I first started seeing people get sponsored, of course it was like bigger YouTubers that were getting sponsored, and I really didn't care when I was like back then. Like it didn't really like affect me, and it still doesn't affect me, but I just didn't notice it because they didn't really make it blatantly obvious that like companies were sending them products. Or if they were saying that companies were sending them products, they were like really overly happy about it. Like I remember one of the first, and this is crazy, one of the first sponsorships I saw was like a bunch of like makeup girls were getting sent MAC products, and I remember thinking, that is so cool. Like if I were sent MAC collections, I would be like so happy, but like I was like happy for them, and those were the type of videos that I liked to watch when people were coming out with like MAC collections and stuff and like overviews. Those were the things I liked to watch. So YouTube sponsorships weren't a big thing, and I remember they started kind of growing a little bit about a year into YouTube when I was doing it, at least in the community that I was watching. And I remember I didn't get contacted by a company until I had like 1,000 or like 1,500 subscribers, so it was quite a bit before I had that many. And I remember the first company that contacted me, it was like, I can't even remember what it was called. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like rings that you put on that are like different colors to say like what your relationship status was, and I was so happy. I was like so overjoyed. Like you can ask Brian, I was so happy about it, and it was one of like the dumbest products ever, but I was so stoked about it, and I was really excited. And I think honestly once I got that one email, I started getting like a bunch after that, and then I was like, oh, this is cool and stuff. But I've always been like honest with you guys about products, so when that first came out and I first got that product and I showed it in a video, I was really excited about it. So you know, you could see in that video that I was like really like I expressed how excited I was about it. But then I think from then on I started realizing that a lot of YouTubers were becoming not sponsored necessarily, but were doing sponsorships because people, mostly everyone on YouTube has some sort of like payment, I guess you could say, because for some reason I cannot say monetization. So someone's, you know, some people are with management companies, some people are with just Google by itself, and I think that's cool to be able to get paid to make YouTube videos, and for someone to be able to make this their job is really cool in my opinion. I think it's very interesting, and it's really it's just cool. Like, it's so awesome to be able to do YouTube videos as a living and be able to talk to like a mass audience and make YouTube your living, and to see people go to like VidCon and stuff and to see the amount of people that are so excited to meet them. Yeah, that's the end goal. That would be so cool. But do I see myself getting there anytime soon? No. Would I like to? Yeah, that would be really cool. But, you know, YouTube, at least in my spectrum, my bracket, doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I get a YouTube check once a month, and I have enough money to pay one bill and one loan. That's it. I'm like not even exaggerating. I pay one bill and one loan. That's it. The rest of the money is literally like cents that I'm just like saving up for the next bill and loan. So that's how much I get paid for YouTube. And can I depend on that as my full-time job? No, I can't. I wish I could, but I can't, and that's why I have another job. So that's kind of where sponsorships come into play. There are some companies that will send you stuff for free and they don't pay you, and that's fine. I don't care. I will accept products from specific companies. I have like my own like rules really, but I accept things from some companies for free, and that's fine. I don't care. But there are some companies that are willing to pay you, and I think that's awesome, because the amount of money that I'm making from YouTube isn't enough to pay all the bills. So if I can have a company pay me to review their product, both positive and negative, I will do it. And I think that's a really good idea. And that is coming as a YouTube content creator. I know coming from like an audience that could be kind of annoying, and I understand why. I get it. I see it, I get it. So I have some pros and cons to sponsorships, sponsored videos. So my pro I just mentioned was the job aspect. Sometimes, you know, YouTube doesn't pay enough, and having a company be like, hey, I'll pay you $100 to do, you know, a review on my product. That's an extra $100, you know, that works out well. Another pro could be good products. You could be getting sent really awesome things, and I mean, it's introducing you, like me, to a product that I really like, and then I introduce it to you guys, and I tell you, hey, I really like this product, check it out. You guys check it out, and regardless if I'm getting paid or not to tell you it, to check it out, it's a good product, you know? Like, for example, I just had a sponsorship with the Mr. Blanc teeth whitening strips. That was a good product. Regardless, if that was a good product or if it wasn't a good product, I still would have told you. I would have been like, hey, this teeth whitening stuff is shit. I don't like it. But I did really like it, so I shared that with you guys, and a lot of people said, hey, I'm gonna check that out, and I think that's awesome, because that product's really, really cool. But there is quite a few negative things, not quite a few, but there are a couple of negative things that come along with sponsorships. One, not a lot of people like them. I know every single video I do is not a sponsored video. I do a lot of planner videos, those aren't sponsored. I do a lot of like makeup stash, beauty tutorials, things like that. Most of the time, they're not sponsored. Like 99% of the time, they're not sponsored. I do a lot of unboxings, such as like Birchbox. I buy that with my own money. Avery videos. She's not paying me to make a video about her. So, you know, most of my channel is not sponsored, but there is an occasional sponsored video. The con is there are some people on YouTube, which I like, you know, I like a lot of people on YouTube that do kind of sponsored videos every single video. And I can understand throwing a sponsored video in maybe once a week, but to have it be every single video, even as a content creator, that can be kind of annoying to watch as a viewer, as an audience. So, and what really like kind of irritates me is when like people do favorites videos and they like favorite something that's like totally not, you just know that's not like their thing. Like that T-Tox is, I will never do a T-Tox. Like I can pinky swear you right now, I will never do a T-Tox. One, because they just make you poop. I'm pretty sure they just make you poop, and that's how you lose weight, is just by crapping everything out. And two, you just know it's sponsored. You know it is. So when someone's like, oh, this tea is my favorite, I'm just like, okay, is it really? But, so that's kind of annoying. And also when people do like haul videos and they're like, check out this app. And I mean, you just know. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be totally honest. I did that teeth whitening review for Mr. Blanc, which was sponsored, but I liked it, and I told you guys that. You guys know I'm always honest. I liked it. I did get paid for it, whatever. During that time span, I was also contacted by another teeth whitening company that was honestly going to pay me $700. I'm not kidding you. And my first instinct as a apartment owner, as a mother, is to be like, yeah, I'll do it. But they wanted a positive review. They didn't want a negative review. They wanted it to be fully positive, and they had talking points, and they had like a little speech they wanted me to say, and I turned it down. because I told them, I said, first of all, it's conflict of interest because I'm already doing another teeth whitening video and I don't want to do 2 different teeth whitening videos within a week span of each other because that would confuse my audience. And 2, if I don't like it, you still want me to be positive, and I'm not going to do that. And they replied back, okay, have a good day. And that was it. And I was like, okay, that's it. So like those kind of things happen. And I mean, a lot of people will say, yes, I'll take $700 for that. I have to pay rent this month. But I just didn't want to be positive. If it's not a good product, I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm going off on tangents. Where am I at? That was really my thoughts on sponsorships. I think they're a good thing. I do. I think if you do them sporadically and you work with companies that you genuinely like, or if you genuinely don't like them and you actually express that, they can be a good thing because YouTube doesn't pay as much as a lot of people think. So that's just my opinion on that. But if you do it like every video and you kind of lie, it can be annoying, especially when people don't put it in the description. I believe you're supposed to put it in the description. I'm like hiccuping. You're always supposed to put in the description whether you received a product for free or not. I always check the descriptions when I have like a sketchy feeling about somebody's video and there's never anything there and I'm just like, whatever. So that's how sometimes I don't like people on YouTube. But that's everything I have to say about it. That's all my topics. I know I get a couple of questions. I don't get this all the time, but I know I got a couple of questions before that are like, oh, how do I get sponsored? How can people send me products? And when I first started making YouTube videos, I didn't get nobody really reached out to me, no companies. And I told you once I reached like 1,500, 1,000 subscribers, I got a couple emails. I am not saying this to brag, not at all, but I get about 10 emails a day from companies, and typically like 5 of them are the same companies that I've said no to like 100 times, but they just don't listen. But about 10 a day, and I usually turn down most of them. My kind of like rules, I guess, are it has to be a company that is reputable, in my opinion. It's something that I'm actually interested in. I'm not going to do something that I'm not interested in. And like hair extensions. I have really long hair. Why would I do hair extensions, you know? And they have to really not have any sort of, they have to be kind of like open with me. They can't really be like, it has to be positive. Here's your talking points, things like that. They have to kind of be open with me because if I don't like their product, I'll tell them that. You know, I'll email and be like, hey, I didn't like this product. Do you still want me to go ahead and do the video? And if they say no, I won't do the video. I have the free product that I don't like, so it's just sitting there. Or they're like, okay, do the video. Those are the kind of companies I do like. So those are kind of like my things, and I feel like a lot of people kind of push the limits with that, in my opinion. But how do you get sponsored? I went on a tangent. How do you get sponsored? So I know a lot of companies look at subscriber count, which can be kind of weird because I think view count matters a lot as far as getting sponsorships go, because you could have a lot of subscribers and get no viewer, like hardly any views. So they do mostly look at subscriber counts, which I know sucks for people that are just starting out, but you just have to build your channel and really work at that. There are also websites that you can go to kind of find sponsorships, which I do use as well. They do sponsorships and collaborations. So you can go to these websites and find sponsorships as well as collaborations with other YouTubers are typically posted, and that is famebit.com. I'll put a link to that in the description, and Grapevine Logic. I've used both of those websites, and I do like the platform. I think it works really well, and it's a really great way to interact with sponsors, I guess you could say, products, people, rather than through email. Another thing that kind of irritates me when people ask me, well, how do I get sponsorships? Should I reach out to the company? I have never reached out to a company. I think that's kind of weird to be like, hey, send me free stuff, or hey, send me free stuff and pay me. I think that sounds really weird, and I know of a few people on YouTube that do reach out to companies, and I think that I don't even know how you would word that email. Like, I don't even know, like, hey, send me free stuff. Like, I just don't know how I would even say that. So I don't reach out to people. I let them reach out to me. I have reached out to YouTubers for collaborations before, and that's always worked out positively. So, positively. So, I would say reach out to YouTubers, but I have never reached out to a company, and I think that's very strange. And I might get a lot of, like, comments about that, but I do think it's weird. I think that's everything I wanted to say about sponsorships. Just to kind of reiterate, they're a good thing in moderation, and if you're honest. I'm always honest with you guys. You guys know that. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I will not lie to you and sell you a product that I don't like. Because what would that do for me? Like, you guys would buy it and then turn around and be like, Kristen, this product sucks. And I'm just like, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to sell you, not sell you, but I want to tell you guys about products that I actually like. I mean, there also could be an off chance that I tell you a product that I really, really like and you go out and buy it and don't like it, and I still like it. But you guys just know I'm always honest with you. My subscribers know I'm honest with you. I tell you every time. So that is kind of like my wrap up about this video. Let me know again what your thoughts are on sponsorships. I would really like to know because I've noticed that there are a lot of videos that are sponsorships that get the most thumbs down. But so I guess not a lot of people like them. But let me know what your thoughts are and let me know what you kind of think about what my thoughts are so we can kind of like chit chat about it. And if you would like to, you can give me topics for these types of videos. I don't want them to be like, not necessarily like dumb, but like I kind of want them to be something that's a little bit more opinionated, something I can really tell you my opinion on and we can really talk about it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and subscribe to me if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.